today is a time for May movies, what the movies that I watched in May. I have watched 17 movies. Some I watched in the theater, some I watched for my list, and we'll go through them. The first movie is Tingled. This is a retelling, a Rapunzel retelling, and I reviewed that. I have a review for that under Fairy Tale Reviews, movie reviews, and link is below. I also watched Were the Millers, and Were the Millers is about a family. Well, it's about this guy who goes out and he's a drug dealer, and he has to get a bunch of drugs in this RV and bring it to one country to another country, or another country by driving to that area. And basically, he brings his family, which are not really the family. They are also in on the deal in getting money and stuff. There's the wife, the kid, and the two kids and stuff. And it's a comedy movie. I do think it's rather crude. It's both more cruder comedy, maybe not like, laugh out loud. It's more of a crude comedy, kind of vulgar almost. So the third movie I watched a little bit of this movie, which was a little bit at the end, but I have seen it already, and it's called Elmo and Grouchland. And I have watched this before, and I really liked the scenery with Bert and Ernie. They kind of tell the story, like what happened, and they're kind of watching the movie also with you. So they, like, throughout the movie, they'll pause the movie and do some sort of commentary and stuff. It's really good. So adds a fun taste. And this is about Elmo, and I believe he loses his blankie, which he has with him all the time in Grouchland. So he has to go and try, and he's 3 years old, so he has to go and try and find his blanket in Grouchland, which is in Oscar the Grouch's trash can. Basically, it gets thrown in the trash can because Oscar gets mad, and yeah, Elmo has to go find his blanket, and he finds it, and it's awesome. Number 4, I watched part of this movie too. This was my favorite Marvin, and this one was okay. It's about a guy who comes to Earth. He's a alien, and he comes to Earth, and he has all I know is that he comes to Earth, and even though I watched it, I didn't really, it didn't appeal to me. It's about this guy who kind of, he's a newspaper guy, and an alien flies into his house, kind of, I guess, kind of figuring out where he is and stuff, and he's kind of lost, and, the person that owns the house is, kind of develops a relationship with him, not sexual relationship, but a regular friendship and stuff. It's pretty good, but it's not like it's more it's got slapstick comedy, and it's more for like children, I would say. So yeah. Number 5 is The Lonely Bones, and I saw Lovely Bones, which I saw the beginning part again. I've seen the beginning part quite a lot, and this is about a girl who gets raped, a little girl who gets raped and murdered by this guy, this older guy, and her family has to kind of cope with it and, realize that she's dead and stuff like that. So I haven't really seen the whole thing of this movie, so can't really do a good biased review or anything. So yeah. Number 6 um, uh, movie I saw was The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I saw this one in the theaters. It is really good. Highly entertaining. It's got Stan Lee in it, like the comic book guy, but it also has the actors are really great. Like the role of Spider-Man is really amazing. I think um, Spider-Man, it was just really amazing. Like the storyline, it kind of fit the comic book and all that, and yeah, it was excellent. The seventh um, movie I watched was this movie right here. I have owned it. I do own it. It's called Kiki's Delivery Service. I have a review of this movie, and link is in the comics below. Number 8, I also finished the Danny Phantom series, and this one took way longer than normal because seriously, I really, I don't know. If you want to know about this TV show, the link is also down below. Okay. Also, the ninth movie I watched was Sleeping Beauty. I also have a review of this book on my, on the fairy tale retelling, movies down below. So yeah, really excellent movie. I love this movie. Then we watched another movie in the theaters. We watched X-Men Days of Future Past. This one was really good. It was obviously it's about the X-Men, and it's got time travel in it, so it has time travel where they travel to the past to kind of fix their mistakes or fix the war that's happening, because there's a current war between the humans and the mutants, and some of the humans have been going to the mutants or staying with the mutants, but yeah. But the humans have created these robots that are genetically like able to mimic what they're fighting against, and so nobody can like defeat them really because everybody's been dying. And so Dr. X, or I think Dr. Xaniel, I don't remember his name, he he says, hey, I'll go back to the future and change time. And it turns out that he can't, and Wolverine is the only one who can kind of go back. And so he goes back, and it's really interesting. It's so well done, like the flashbacks and it's just so well done. And yeah, it's definitely a longer movie, I think, of the X-Men that I've seen. So, but it's a really excellent movie. The 11th movie I watched was 9. This movie is really good as well. This is a kind of an action kind of kids movie, but it's also got some realistic, and I love the lines in this and kind of the ending. This is about a doll, and these are all about dolls that the scientist creates these dolls out of his living soul. So he puts each part of himself in each of the dolls, and they have like about 9 dolls. So